What is going on, Keepers of the Flame? Fens the Spook. Fourth attempt at this video, man. Once my phone died. Once it reached maximum memory. Once, I guess I just didn't hit the record button. Whew, alright, so if it feels like or if it sounds at some points like I'm just like repeating a script or something, it's just, I've done this 4 times. This is the last. If something goes wrong here, this is never going to see the light of day. So, what's up, friends? Fens the Spook, back from Jacksonville. Jacksonville Comic and Toy Show, that is. Cool little show put on. It's off 295 it's in a Ramada, but it has a rather large conference room, and they used both sides of it. It was like a lot of people there, man, and they had some vendors, some serious vendors there from like North Carolina and stuff. There was big books there today. X-Men 1. I saw an Amazing Fantasy 15. Some stuff like that was cooking. I picked some pretty big things up myself, but we'll get to that in just a moment. I'm going to show the haul off. First, I got a couple of special books I want to talk about briefly. I'm going to show my big books right away. Right after this, I'm going to show you the big stuff. And then I'll show the rest of it if anyone's interested to just see the whole thing. But I'll get what everybody's here for right out of the way. But before we get to that, just 2 books that I thought were worth mentioning special. This is a signed Mayhew Vampirella Virgin variant cover. I got this from a guy named Jack who runs an outfit called Slabbed. He's a friend of mine. We live pretty close to each other. He just deals in variants and stuff. It's not something I mess with much, but I know someone in the community who does. This one's actually going to go to Mr. Rigamortis. Cool dude. We've exchanged a couple things through the mail, just kind of on the same wavelength about stuff. And I just know he likes Vampirella, he likes Virgin variants, he likes Mayhew, I think, question mark. But I mean, who's not to like this, you know what I mean? This is just out of control awesome, man. I don't know what the glare is going to be like. Yeah, that's kind of rough, but bringing it up close may not work so well, but there we go. So that was that. That's cool. That's going out to you, Riggs. That'll be out in the mail probably next week. So, Superman, Man of Steel 18, first full Doomsday or whatever. What's the deal? Who cares? A small book, not a big deal, right? Well, first of all, I thought I already had this, but I did an inventory of my stuff the other day, and it turns out I don't. So I was at the show, same guy, Jack. I saw it on his wall, and I said, hey, man, let me just grab that. And he's like, well, how about for you, $10? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. I don't care. Whatever your price is. I'm not going to try and nickel and dime you on a book like this. Your buddies, just tell me what you want. He's like, you know what, dude, just take it. And I was like, what? And he's like, look, man, because what had happened is I'd brought a friend with me who is into variants, stopped at his booth, bought a bunch of his stuff, and so he was just, basically paying it forward a little bit. I brought him some business, and he threw me a little thank you. And it was just awesome, man. Community at its best, So just a couple of little cool sentimental things to start the program off with. So here we go. Here's the big stuff right off the bat. Tomb of Dracula 10. I went looking for it, and I found it, my friends. I've been meaning to get this book, man. I want to have Tomb of Dracula 1 through 20, maybe the whole run, although that's a... Cat, if you... Get out of here. Cat's about to knock that lamp over. Thanks for trying to get in on it. Get your own YouTube channel. Sorry about that, y'all. So, Tomb of Dracula 10, specifically, First Blade. I've been wanting this because I have, like I said, I'm trying to build a run of Tomb of Dracula 1 through 20. This is obviously the most expensive book. And it's a book I could have had for like $200 in almost near mint a few years ago, and before all this insanity with the movies went off. So I'm super bitter about it. So I went in and I saw this one at $150, and I was like, wow, man. So let me bring it in. Again, the shadows are always going to be an issue in this light, but I think it's better than the wretched glare I was having in the past. So it's probably like a VG fine. A nice solid 5. It's got some stress lines over here. But it's a solid book, man. It's really nice, right? So VG fine, 5.0. I'm just like, wow, $150, man. Like, books should be like 300 or 400 right now. I guess there's some movie that they're thinking about making. You know how it goes. So I said, can you do any better? He said, yeah, man. I can go down to 125. It's a consignment book, so I can't really wiggle much. And I said, what? I didn't say this, but in my head I'm saying, like, why is this book so low? I kind of felt bad asking for a discount already. I was like, 150, I probably should just buy it. But then I wanted to see if he'd tell me what was up with it. He goes, well, you need to look at it first. We open it up, and I don't know if this camera's going to get this. It probably isn't. It's right there. Let's see if I can get the focus. Come on, baby. No, it's not going to do it. Top staple's missing. Missing. The staple's missing. Somebody opened it and pulled it out. It's not like ripped through the book. The pages aren't all torn through or anything. Nobody like ripped the staple out. They took it out. Why? I don't know, man. And it actually apparently can be replaced. But I don't care about all that. So, $125 was the price on that bad boy. So, feeling good about that, man. I mean, yeah, it's got a defect, but I don't care for it as a key. I care for it as Tomb of Dracula 10. It's just unfortunate. I mean, it's cool that it's First Blade. Don't get me wrong, but, you know, I'm not looking for a high-grade copy. That one almost didn't happen, though, because I was sitting there going, man, am I really going to buy a book with a missing staple for $125? And then I look on his wall and see this Joker staring at me. That's right, boys and girls. Strange Tales 110, First Doctor Strange. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you'll know I had one, traded it to a friend, and have been bitterly remorseful ever since. Resentful, remorseful, just fussy, whatever words you want to use. Just should not never have traded it. The trade was fair, value-wise, but I should just never have done it. So this is on the wall, and it's got a price tag of $750 on it, which this is probably a 3. I'll bring it in so you can get a better look. It's probably a good, very good. It's got a lot of wear. Those are all stickers. All that stuff's on the bag. It's got a lot of wear. You can see a lot of stress lines. The whole upper side's kind of eaten up. But the thing is, it's a solid book. The staples are there. There's centerfolds there. There's no nasty stains anywhere. There's no names anywhere. It's First Doctor Strange, and it's basically maybe a little lower than I wanted it, but it's back, and I have it. I'm so happy. So the price was $750. So I was like, man, I knew in my head this book in GPA 3.0 is like $900 to $1,000. That's probably over that at a show. So $1,000. And I was just like, why is this book so cheap, man? This dude was straight with me about the other book. Like, he told me to look at it. He didn't try to sell it to me. He wasn't like, oh, hey, man, the staple's missing. But he said, you need to look at it. So, you know, we start looking at it, and we get to the back page, which I don't want to open this because I don't like handling stuff on camera. It's just an awkward angle. But the back page has a couple of tears. Not tears, or not like big ones, but just some small ones. But it looks like someone has sealed them on the inside. So he said, I think this book might have some conservation sealing going on. He said, so I'm at $750 because about $1,000. And just like I said, $1,000, except conserved books get about 3/4 value, whereas restored gets about half value, typically speaking. Which is true. So $750 is right on the money. And I just said, man, you know, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I'll tell you what. We'll do $125 on the Tomb of Dracula 10. And we'll do $650 on the Strange Tales 110. And, oh, man, as the British say, I was gobsmacked. It's a lot of bread, and I was not looking to drop this bread. And I'm going to be licking my wounds for a while here, fellas. I ain't made of money. This is a big move for me. But I'm just so glad to get these books. Tomb of Dracula 10 in any sort of shape, and Strange Tales 110. Just, my God, it's back, man. I'm so happy. My wife gave me the okay to hit the nest egg up a little bit, and, man, she's the best. I think you'd agree. So the rest of this is just going to be it's still awesome stuff, but just going to be sort of the filler stuff I got afterwards. So if you're not interested in that, I get it, but here we go. So again, I will tell you what the sticker price was and what I paid, and some people like to hear that. It makes them feel better about their purchases, maybe because they do better. Let me know in the comments if you think you could have done better, or if you think I overpaid or got a good deal. Let me know. So from another fella, I bought these two. So for Showcase 82, First Nightmaster. I have 83, which I think writes and does some artwork in, but this one's Kubert. It's a sword and sorcery saga, as you can see on the bottom. I just like these kind of things, like Sword. That other book DC has called Sword of Sorcery. I like that too. So he had that marked at 20. And then a Submariner number 2, which, I don't know. Again, probably VG fine. 5.0. It's got a nice long crease down the spine there, but, it's all right copy otherwise. Looks pretty good otherwise. So he had 20 on that, and I did those for 30. So that felt good. I was like, okay, 15 a piece. That's not bad, because this book probably is about $15. However, This is why I didn't, you gotta check your books, man. Staple popped. Again, I don't know if the camera's gonna get it. Yeah, I think it's getting it right there by the C. Staple popped on the bottom. Just the cover. So really means this book was probably a $7 or $8 book, and the Submariner maybe 15. So really, this should have been about 22 or 25 at the most. I paid 30, so overpaid a little bit. So you can't win them all. But again, I don't know. I mean, I find that staple pop stuff is just more and more common as we go along. I'm seeing it in more and more books. Anyway, all right. And then the last bit, and this is the most of it. This is where most of the filler, quote unquote, comes from. All right. The total on these books was $379. I'm about to show you, just so we'll get that all out the way, and then I'll tell you what I paid at the end. So first off, most proud of these. I got Blazing Combat number 2, number 3, and number 4. Blazing Combat, for if you don't know, is a Warren publication. Same guys that did Eerie and Creepy. It's these war stories, and they're just supposed to be. I don't really know if it's anti-war or I don't think it is, but they are just gnarly, man. I mean, just look at the cover. Number 2 is the one that most people think about. That is just savage. Just that's really savage. So Blazing Combats are kind of highly sought after. People really like these. And these are in really good shape for magazines, man. These are like fine, very fine. These look really good. So he had 2, 3, and 4. And I was just like, hey, man, so where you at on these? And because he didn't have prices on them, so that's always makes it tough. And he was just like, well, how about $50? Now, normally these go for 20 to 30 a piece, at least, without the number 1. So you're talking 60 to 90. So for $50, I was all about it, man. So $50 on those. Absolutely great pickup. Love Blazing Combat. Looking for that number 1 now. Also, to go along with my Submariner craze lately, I got the Submariner 3 and the Submariner 6, both in pretty high grade. All right. This is probably both VF. I don't really like saying vintage is higher than VF unless I've really looked at it, because to call something near mint, man, there's a 90% chance it ain't near mint if it's vintage. But these look really good, so I don't know. I want to say near mint, but we'll say VF. Oh, nope, I see it right there in that corner. There's no near mint. Y'all see that? VF for sure, but golly, still beautiful. $40 on that sticker price. Here's number 3, $50 on that sticker price. Again, though, these are beautiful, clean copies. White covers, too. Those are tough. I've just been on a Namor kick lately. So $50 there. Like I said, this total, the batch I'm showing you here, starting with the Blazing Combat, was $379. Like I said, man, today set me back. I won't be doing this again anytime soon. We got a couple of Katie Keene pinup parades, which I know some of y'all are just gonna be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? These are basically girl magazines or magazines for girls. They have like cutout dolls and dresses and stuff, but it's also considered good girl art. Katie Keene will be in the magazine, in a jungle outfit, in like a Western outfit, and it's just kind of like Betty and Veronica. Same reason those are popular. They just have, I don't know. They just have like there's bad girl art. The really sexy, dirty stuff, Betty Page. Well, that's not that dirty, but you know what I mean. Betty Page, that kind of stuff, bad girl. And then there's good girl art, and this is considered good girl art. So I really like Katie Keene. I like any of the dark-haired girls. And these books, neither of them had anything cut out of them. Because that's very common in these, for the dress pages to be cut out and all this stuff to be colored in and all that. So I was really happy to see these. He has 60 on this one and 50 on this one, which is about right. Now, this one has some ink staining on it. It's weird, though. It goes onto the pages, but not the interior of the book. The interior of the book's clean. I mean, it's just on the very edges of the pages, and it's on the cover. It's very weird. I notice this now. He has a yellow circle on it, which he told me meant $20, but this was in some bin he was still working on. So I think both of us said it was a $50 book, and he gave me half off for $25. So could have done it maybe a little better, but whatever. So 50 and 60 there. Sticker price. Katie Keene pinup parades. Got a couple of just rando DCs here. We got a Sea Devils, number 14. Not one I've seen before. Gray tone cover. Love the Sea Devils gray tones, so I'll bring this in. Not a cover I've seen before. And some kind of weird Mylar, like Mylar 1.5. I don't know. So you see 25 sticker, probably fine minus 5.55, something like that. Showcase 69, the Maniacs. It's a checkerboard. I didn't have it. And I do like, I believe this is a Nick Cardy or a Bob Oxner cover. Either way, I like the Go-Go Girls on these covers. Again, in that weird Mylar 1. Probably a 5. Good, very good. Okay, mid-grade. $10 on that. You guys know I'm going to buy copies of these anytime I see them for a reasonable price. This is number 2, Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. I already have it. This is just one of those books I buy in duplicate. Adams covers, $20, sticker. It's all right. It's got some creasing down here in the bottom, so probably a VG, but a real beautiful VG, man. This thing's nice looking. So add that to the pile for 20. A little bit of an overpricer here. House of Mystery 249. Just one of the ones I'm missing. The only one I'm missing now is 313, and I'll have the whole run of the horror House of Mystery. It's not even really near mint. You can see, wow, sorry about that glare. You can see there's like a spine tick. I mean, whatever, not to be fussy, but you can't be selling these for $10 if they're not near mint. These later ones. But I get it. I mean, it's a sticker price, and then they give you a deal off it, so I understand how it works. So $10 on that. House of Mystery 249. One of the last ones I needed. Kazar, co-starring Spider-Man. This is part of the Kazar reprint series. They did Kazar and the X-Men for number 1. I don't remember what number 2 is. But I have 2 and 3 now. I just need the number 1. It's kind of cool. I like Kazar and Zabu. So, all right. Just nothing big. $10 there. Swamp Thing 61 and 45. Just some ones I needed for my collection. Almost done with the Swamp Thing run completely. So nothing crazy there. Nothing crazy there. $5 and $4, so $9 there. And to wrap it up, we got Spirit World, which is a Jack Kirby one-off magazine. It's all Jack Kirby stuff. It's all about weird occult stuff. It's got the Hampshire distributor stamp in the upper left, but apparently it was really released by DC in some kind of corroboration with Prize, with Simon and Kirby. I don't know. The guy was telling me the story. I was getting super confused, but I used to have one of these. Gave it to a buddy who really wanted it. Glad to have another one back. $25 on that. And then the kind of mistake of the day, the Jungle Comics, $20. Which you're like, Jungle Comics, dude, $20, Fiction House. How is that a mistake? Yellow Circle, $20, right? I was like, well, yeah, God, of course I'll take this, man. I mean, it's got a rip at the top, but I mean, the pages were nice. Well, let's see if you can see what the issue is. Because this is what I do. I just took a scan of it. I opened up the inside, looked through it. Inside looked okay. I don't know if you can see it, dude, but every line on this girl has been penciled by some kid. Her mouth, her eyes, her hands, they're all been done in this weird pencil. And basically, the whole thing's got pencil all over it. So still, $20, is it worth the price? Yeah, probably, but I wouldn't have bought it. My friend said he's got something called Absorbing he can get it off with, so we'll see about that. I don't know if that's true or not, but that'd be cool. That'd be cool if he could help me out and get some of that off. I would certainly appreciate that. So anyway, that's going to end the video. I'm just going to put up the last couple of keys up there, the Strange Tales 110 and the Tomb of Dracula 10. Real happy with those, guys. Real happy with those. So thanks for staying in. What am I saying? Sorry, I'm ending this very poorly. Let's try this again. Thanks for tuning in, staying with me, whichever. This is the haul from the Jacksonville Comic and Toy Show, I think is the exact name of it. Next show I'll be doing will be in Daytona in November, and I'm sure I'll make some videos between now and then. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So, sorry, real quick, on the way out. The total for that stack was $379. I ended up paying $280, roughly 27% off. So not bad at all. Anyway, we'll catch you next time, guys. Have a great one.